Good Morning Gwinnett, a division of Noise Media Network, hosted by Audrey Bell Kearney, sharing stories about people and places around beautiful Gwinnett County and beyond. Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Southern living at its best.
Good morning, all my Gwinnetians out there in Gwinnett land and all of you around the world listen to the sound of my voice. It is a beautiful day here in Gwinnett County. Listen, it is 60 degrees already, and it's going up to a high of 70 today with no freaking rain in the forecast. That is amazing. Here's the problem for me. I'm jumping on a plane as soon as I get finished talking to y'all. I'm going to Jersey where it's like 36 degrees. I'm leaving 70 for 36. But what can I do? There's nothing I can do about that. I gotta go. See, I know my husband's grandmother passed away and the funeral is tomorrow. So we are headed out to Jersey today. I had to go and buy a coat, y'all, because I don't own a coat. Literally, I have a bunch of sweaters, but no coat. And I got to tell you, that sweater is not going to do anything with that 36 degrees up there. I'm going to tell you that right now. It's not going to happen. And so I had to go out and I had to buy a coat. And after I bought the coat, I felt like, okay, how am I going to take this coat on the plane? I hate carrying stuff on the plane. Let me just say that. I hate carrying stuff on the plane, but I have to carry this coat, but the coat came with a bag. I think I told y'all the story. So my brother bought me a gift card to Lane Bryant like 4 years ago. I lost it 4 years ago. I found it. I lost it again, and I found it again. Then I put it somewhere where I wouldn't lose it again. And then I found it, and I was like, okay, I'm going to go and buy me a coat with this gift card from Lane Bryant. So I get to Lane Bryant. Lane Bryant had one coat. That was it. One. And it was in my size. I thought that was the craziest thing. But the coat came with a bag. So it's a bubble coat. It's pretty though. It's a really nice coat. And so the coat came with this little bag. And you have to pack the coat into the bag. And then you take the coat and you take it out. And I was like, that's perfect. So it's a cute little coat. But it's going to keep me warm. I'm going to put my sweater in there. Because just in case I'm freezing. And then after that, I'm going to take it out when I get out to the airport at Newark. When I get to Newark Airport, I got to take the coat out. But anyway, I ain't going to keep talking because I got a great guest today, y'all. Her name is Miss Gail Lynn. And before I get to Gail Lynn, she's going to be talking. She's an inventor. I want to talk about, she invented something called the harmonic egg. And I cannot wait to talk to her about what the heck is the harmonic egg. But before I do that, I want to go ahead and give you your horoscopes, but before I do that, I got to give a happy birthday shout out to my cousin, Daisha Lee. Yesterday was her birthday. I didn't get a chance to shout her out yesterday because if you listened to the show yesterday, I was live at the Gwinnett County State of the County with new Commissioner Nicole Love Hendrickson. She was telling us about her vision, sharing her vision for the county. She's the newly elected Commissioner for Gwinnett County. She's the first African American to serve in that seat. She's the first African American woman to serve in that seat. So it was a historical moment for us, and I did that show live yesterday, but I didn't get a chance to talk at all because I let the whole show stream live. So if you didn't get a chance and you want to know about Gwinnett County and some of the great things that we're doing here, go back to goodmorninggwinnett.com and listen to the episode, and you'll hear what Nicole had to say. Some of the sponsors got up and spoke, but she has an amazing team of commissioners working with her, and she has a great vision for the county. Gwinnett County is such a great county, y'all, and I know I talk about it all the time, but it really is. Our school systems are amazing here. We get all these awards. The teachers, the counselors, they all get these amazing awards. That's because we put a lot of love into the county, and so her vision that she laid out, I wish you guys could have seen it, and I'm sure it was recorded, and if it was recorded, I'll take the recording and put it on My Gwinnett TV, which is on the homepage of Good Morning Gwinnett, so you guys can see it. It probably won't be up until Monday, so check back and you can watch the whole thing because I'm sure they recorded because the county records mostly all their stuff. And then I just take the feeds and put it on My Gwinnett TV, and which streams on my Noise Media Network, and it also streams from my website. So check it out there Monday. I should have it up there Monday because I'll be back in time Monday to put it up there. But anyway, happy birthday to my cousin, Daisha girl. I know you had a great day yesterday. And today is National Pound Cake Day. So if you like pound cake, today is your day. I don't like pound cake. I got to tell y'all, my mom loved pound cake. I thought that was the blandest cake ever. And she loved pound cake. And my aunt, her sister, she could kill a pound cake. Yeah, she could kill a pound cake, and she would make my mother pound cakes, and I did not like a pound. I would take the crust off the pound cake, and my mother hated that. She's like, I know nobody took the crust off this cake but you. I was like, you know it, because I don't like pound cake. All right, let's get on with our horoscopes brought to you by noted astrologer Micah Thyssen for today, March the 4th. We're going to kick it off like we always do, and that is with Aries. Aries, you can look around for the right place and enlist some of your friends to help you move. All right, you making some moves today, Aries? Use your investments to find solutions. You can write beautiful love letters today. Okay, somebody going to get a love letter from an Aries today because their writing skills is going to be on point. All right, write some love. Look, we can never have too much. I'm just going to say that unless it's, wait a minute now, unless it's obsessive. And if it's obsessive, it's not love, it's obsession. There's a difference. Love is love and obsession is obsession. You can have too much of that. Taurus, good friends will give you honest answers. You must try to lay your cards on the table. Talk to your mate and tell them how you feel. You can make financial gains if you are prepared to take a risk. All right. Listen, you can make some financial gains, but you got to be willing, Taurus, to take that risk. Sometimes we don't want to take a risk. You know what I mean? But make sure it's a calculated risk, right? And make sure it's whatever that financial gain is, it's on the up and up. Don't do no shady business. Listen, don't do it. That could get you some financial time. I'm just trying to help you out here. Gemini, don't jump too quickly if someone tries to make you join in on their crusade. Need some adventure in your life? Exotic destinations beckons you. All right. You can make gains if you work in conjunction with others. Adventure. Don't that sound nice? I wish I was going on an adventure. Instead, I'm going to the cold. So for some people, that is an adventure. It is. You know, it's so funny. I act like I haven't lived in Jersey. I lived in Jersey my whole life practically. But I haven't been there for the last 8 years. And I got to tell you, I do not miss the cold. So that is going to be an adventure. Just putting on clothes this morning. I got up and I put on these little yoga pants, right? And they're kind of thin, but they're comfortable. So I'm like, well, I gotta travel. I like to travel. Like I went to Florida a couple of weeks ago, and I wore some yoga pants. But they were really nice and comfortable. But I was going to Florida. It was like 80 degrees. Well, not really. It was 70 something. And I was like, yeah, this is all I need. Because when I get off the plane, it's gonna be warm. Well, I thought about that this morning, right? So I got dressed, and something said, girl, you better put some jeans on, take them little yoga pants off. And I did. I took them right off. That's my adventure. Cancer, opposition is present and you should be prepared to counteract it as best you can. You are best to keep your cash in a safe place. Find a way to consolidate. Keep your cash in a safe place and find a way to consolidate. Get rid of some of the bills you don't need. Get rid of some of the stuff in your house you don't need. Find a way. The way to consolidate is just to consolidate. Just get rid of it. You know, put it in the right place. You don't really have to overthink that. I got a job on my hand when I get back. We got to do the garage. Ooh, not looking forward to that. Leo, you need to get away. Your need to get away could lead you into greater debt. Don't give up what you have until you are certain just what it is you're going to get. Avoid lending or borrowing. Yeah, don't give up what you have until you're certain what you're getting. Sometimes we want to just give it up and then you don't know what the heck you're getting. It's like, don't jump out the fire. Don't jump out the frying pan into the fire. Yeah, that's pretty much what they're telling you. All right, Leo, and don't lend any money today and don't borrow. Don't lend your car and don't borrow. Don't lend your clothes and don't borrow. Don't lend or borrow anything today. It's not in the cards for you. That's what Michael is trying to tell you, him and the stars. Virgo, you need to take some time out to decide what you want to do. Pleasure trips will be a form of healing of your emotional state of mind. You may be admired by colleagues and employers for your diplomatic way of handling your work and those you work with. That's nice. Admiration is always nice, especially if it's safe. I have to always put them words in there because, you know, you can have admirers that are nuts. Remember the movie The Fan? I think it was Robert De Niro and Wesley Snipes, The Fan. That was some strong admiration right there. Think about that for a second. And I'll be right back after this song to bring you more of the horoscopes brought to you by Notary Astrologer Micah Thyssen. Stay tuned.
Girl, 'cause I only love me. Don't get
Welcome back. It's your girl, Audrey Bell Kearney, giving you the daily horoscopes brought to you by noted astrologer Micah Thyssen. Won't pick it up with Libra. Abrupt action will cause difficulties with relatives. Matters pertaining to work must be completed before you leave. You can anger others quickly today. Avoid overspending on items for your home. Listen, don't piss nobody off today, Libra, because it's going to happen quickly. So watch your tongue, because I know Libra, especially the dudes, they got a slick tongue, and they're going to say something, they're going to piss somebody off. Not today, Libra. Not today. Watch your tongue. Scorpio. Catch up on your reading and correspondence. Check your personal papers and make sure everything is in order. Difficulties relating to children will be stressful. Listen, get your house in order today, Scorpio. Put your papers in order. Get your personal stuff. Get it in order. You want to have that stuff in order all the time. I'm always rearranging stuff and organizing stuff. I'm going to do some spring cleaning, and I'll be rearranging and organizing some stuff. My life is changing drastically right before my eyes. I'm talking about super drastically. And it's kind of, at first, it shook me first, but I'm getting better now. And now I'm just thinking about all the changes I need to make. Sagittarius, elders may get you going today. Don't hesitate to voice your opinions at a group meeting. However, keep your thoughts to yourself at home. You're in the mood to get out and visit friends. Yeah, you can voice your opinions while you're at the group meetings, but when you go home, shut it down. Shut it down. Keep your thoughts to yourself. Home is not the place to share those thoughts today. You might not get the support you need, or you may just piss somebody off. You never know. Capricorn, organize all responsibilities that have to be attended to and make sure everyone knows what to do. Make sure that you take the time to remember those you love. Don't bend to the pressure. Take some time to remember the ones you love. That is really super duper important. So do that, Capricorn. Just do that. Sometimes we can take those relationships for granted, and before you know it, they could be gone. So take some time. All right. Aquarius, avoid friction with your mate. Things are looking good for you, so open up your eyes and get to it. Opportunities to make financial gains will develop through your connections with others. You got a good horoscope today. You got to just avoid the friction with your mate. Things are looking good. You got some new opportunities coming your way, but you got to make some connections. So go ahead, Aquarius, do what you got to do to make it happen. Last but not least, my fellow fish Pisces, you need to make your environment a better place with more comforts and a better entertainment center. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Ask family members to help you, and you will be able to complete the project more quickly. Ignore colleagues who appear to be going in circles. I probably will always do that. Yes, listen, I told y'all I'm making some new plans. Like I'm redecorating the house. All this is when I come back from Jersey. Yeah, I got a lot to do. My house is, everybody's leaving me. The girls are moving out. We have a really big house. My mom is gone. So it's going to be 3 people and a lot of room. So I'm reorganize some stuff. All right, listen, that's all the horoscopes I got for today. I'll be back again on Monday at 10 a.m. God willing, to bring you more of the horoscopes brought to you by noted astrologer Micah Thyssen. But now let's get on to our show of the day so I can bring on my guest, Miss Gail Lynn. Gail is an author and she's an inventor. She's a rebel and she's a dreamer. Ain't that nice? Is she a Pisces? I got to ask her that. Are you a Pisces? Because you sound like us. You know, I always say us because there's a whole lot of Pisces that surrounds me all the time. Like, I meet somebody like, are you a Pisces? And they be like, yeah, how you know? Because you sound like us. But anyway, in 2007, at the age of 37, Gail was doing a lot. She was running an automotive. She was in the automotive industry. She was in the film industry. She was in telecommunications. And I can just imagine how much stress that was. And anyway, it was a lot of stress. It was causing her severe cardiovascular stress, and she was on the verge of an instant heart attack at 37. Let me tell y'all, some stress is no joke. It will take you out of here quicker than anything else. But Gail was determined to restore her health, and so she plunged deep into energy medicine, which I'm excited about because I got to tell y'all, I don't know if I told y'all yesterday or the day before, I went to this wellness center and they had all these crystals, and I was like, yeah, my back is hurting really bad and my knees is hurting. She said your chakra, your root chakra is out of alignment. So I'm all trying to get into the whole energy medicine. But anyway, when a series of whole body light and sound treatments reversed her diagnosis, she set out to uncover both the ancient history and the modern science behind light and sound as healing therapies. She's also the inventor of something called the Harmonic egg. Without further ado, I would like to welcome Miss Gail Lynn to the Good Morning Gwinnett show, and to all of you Gwinnetians out there. Welcome, Gail.
Hey, thanks for having me. I love your show. I love your personality. So thank you for having me on.
You're very, very welcome. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Listen, when I decided to launch this show, I was like, it has to be authentic to who I am. And so we are live 4 days a week. And people are like, girl, you are nuts. You do a live show. I was like, yep. And what you get is the real me 4 days a week. So thank you for that. So,
and I am a Scorpio, by the way.
You're a Scorpio. I knew it was a water sign. I knew, well, the Scorpio water. Scorpio not water, but it's in that with the Pisces and the Cancers. We're right there together. Okay. Yeah. So you had a good horoscope today. Was yours that was that yours or Aquarius?
Just getting your house in order, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Something about your personal opinions, keep them in check, but that's hard for a Scorpio to do.
Oh, me too. I had to check myself. I have to be very quiet. Okay, should I say something right now? Should I not? You know, it's so funny because I know I love the horoscopes, but I realized my daughter told me, she's like, your horoscope, your sign, the sign of Pisces is one thing, but then the moon is something else. I was like, okay, so now I have to know about the moon too. She's like, yeah, so I have a Cancer moon and my horoscope is Pisces. And my husband is an Aries with a Cancer moon. And I was like, because Aries and Pisces are not supposed to get along. Not like that, especially being married. Well, we do pretty good. And she's like, that's because his moon is Cancer. I was like, oh. So, you know, she taught me a little something there.
Well, you know, you're Pisces, but you don't like water. Isn't that a water sign? Aren't you the fish?
That's a fish. I like water. I just don't like getting in it. I don't like rain. I don't like rain. I don't know what it is about rain. It must have been a past life. But let me tell you what I do like. I like lakes. I want a lake house. Like, okay. I can't fish. Don't like bugs, but I want a lake house, which is weird. I go to the beach.
And you don't like peppermint patties.
I do not. Have you been listening to my show? I do not like peppermint patties.
I've been listening to your show.
Girl, I don't like them.
I've been listening. And so let me tell you too about your energy medicine with your root chakra. You know, that's the survival chakra. And you know, you recently lost your mom. Your family's moving out. Of course, your survival chakra is out of balance. So wear some red, girl. Wear some red and listen to some drumming. Now. That'll bring that root chakra back into balance.
You know, and that's what the lady said to me. She said, meditate on red. And I was like, okay, so every night I go to bed every night with meditation on anyway. But she told me to meditate on red. So for the last couple of nights since Sunday, I've been going to bed with the red chakra music playing. And I was like, but I feel good today for some reason. I feel great. My back wasn't hurting. My knee wasn't hurting. And I think it's because I kind of just let go. Because, you know, the girls are grown. They're 30 years old and they want to move out, you know. And my mom, honestly, was a reason. I know at least one of them was still here because she was like, don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. And she didn't go. Now she feel like I can go. And I was like, so when she told me, Gail, that she was leaving, I was like, oh, yeah, that's great. And the minute she told me she had the place, I started crying. And she was like, I won't go if you don't want me to go. I was like, no, go. It was crazy because I'm not a crier either. So that's funny. And I was like, oh my God, I said it was cool until you actually got the place. And I'm like, okay, go, no go. It was crazy. But anyway, enough about me and my crazy life.
The other thing too with the root chakra, it does have to do with weight loss. And so you will have weight gain when your root chakra is out of balance. So you wear some red, you can eat some red foods, you know, get more red into your life, and then listen to some drumming music. And if you ever get a chance up in Alpharetta, go do the harmonic egg, and I'll explain more about what that is. But, you know, we've had some success with people for...
Well, my root chakra...
Getting the body back into balance.
I gotta tell you that my root chakra has been out of balance my whole life because weight has been an issue my entire life. And my mom said, I asked her one time, I said, when did I start gaining weight? She said I was about 4. And I was like, 4? And she said, yeah, but my mom had a very rocky marriage. So it was a lot going on with that marriage. I remember a lot of that stuff. And she and my dad got divorced when I was 10. So then it went from having to grow up with that part of my life, then having to grow up being in survival mode with my mom, who took very good care of my brother and I. And it was weird because we grew up in the hood in Newark, right? But the way my mother took care of us, we had everything. Like a lot of the kids who grew up around us, they didn't have like the things we had. And I used to tell my brother, he said to me, we were poor. And I was like, we weren't poor because we had everything. We had bikes, we had sneakers, we had all the new stuff, and our friends didn't. But in my brother's mind, we were poor. And I was like, we weren't poor. And so it was just, I guess, the perspective of what poor meant to him. So, and we, to this day, Gail, we are so different. I drive a Jeep, he drive a Benz. We've been like that our whole life. The entire time in our life.
Isn't it interesting how you can grow up in the same family, but be so different and see things so differently.
Yes.
One day I asked my mom, I said, what kind of a kid was I? And she said, oh, you were a little brat and you didn't listen and you were always having temper tantrums and you always wanted to do these certain things. And, you played softball, but you were always bugging us to take you to your practices. And we just said, ride your bike if you want to play baseball every day. And I said to my dad, what kind of a kid was I? He goes, you were a really good kid. You were quiet, you listened. And I'm like, did I just live in the same house?
It is. It's amazing. It's amazing how you can live in the same house and be so different. And my brother and I like 90. Not that I don't want to, I've never really thought about having a biz until I drove his. And I said to my husband, I came home one time. I said, man, I drove that car. I think I want one of those. He said, you want a Benz? I was like, yeah, I think I do. It drives so nice that it has never been, we've always been so like night and day. Like he said we were poor. I said we weren't poor. He drive the Benz, I drive a Cherokee. And this is my second Cherokee, so I love Cherokee, so that's crazy. But anyway, enough about me and my craziness. Let's get on with you. So you have...
Well, no. This is good. This is good stuff for people because, when you have a fatty liver, and I suspect that you have a fatty liver, it's hard to lose weight. So,
wow.
Sometimes you're holding on to a lot of the emotions of anger. So the liver is the emotion of anger. The kidneys are fear. The stomach is worry. And so in Chinese medicine, everything has an emotion.
Oh, the stomach is worry.
Into my center, I would say, okay, the stomach is worry. Yeah. So people have digestive problems and I'll say, what are you worrying about? Or they'll have liver problems. I'm like, what are you angry about? They'll have lung problems. My dad, who also passed away from COPD, it was in 2017 though, unlike your mom recently, but if he would have gotten COVID, it would have killed him. So,
yeah.
He had a lot of grief. He grew up in Herman Gardens, Detroit, which is like, I think they got kicked out of their free housing because they were so poor.
Wow.
That's how poor my dad was.
Wow.
And he grew up around gangs and he didn't know his dad. His mom basically was, not a nice lady. She had 3 boys from 3 different men. And my dad held on to a lot of grief and it all held in his lungs. And I knew, that my dad was holding all that grief. And so that's, I worked in automotive because my dad said, you can get a good job in automotive and you get a pension and you can retire. And I said, well, hell, I don't want to just live my life like that. I want to make a difference. I want to help people. And so I flew to Texas and got into telecom after I left Michigan. And it wasn't making any difference there. And then I got into Hollywood. I thought, well, maybe I can make a difference here. Well, I wasn't making a difference there. And this is a 20-year span. And I said, I want to help people. I want to help people to heal. And I watched my mom with diabetes, and I helped her get over that. I helped her with her high blood pressure, her high cholesterol. Now, my dad, he wouldn't listen to me. I think I could have helped him, but, he said, if the doctors can't fix me, ain't nobody going to fix me. Mm-hmm. Okay, Dad. He had a 7th grade education, and he worked in automotive for 30 years. He worked in an asbestos plant, and I really believe he died of mesothelioma that was undiagnosed, and he suffered a very long time. Mm-hmm. So for me, it was always about trying to help people. And so then I decided I needed to help myself because my next career was going to be death. I had asthma, migraines, hair loss. I had heavy metals from building DC motors and welding in automotive. And I had cystic acne. I had liver issues from being so angry. I had insomnia for 20 years and I was 37 years old.
Wow.
Wow. Really?
Oh my God. Like, okay. So I'm looking at your picture. Your hair looks amazing. My hair is thinning. So what is that? What do I need to work on for that? Cause I want my hair back long and thick again. And I'm like, what the freak is going on?
Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff there. You might have some heavy metals. Liver issues can cause hair loss. There's a lot of things. And I just created a video about living a circadian lifestyle, which I know you're telling me you're trying to stop and eating after 8 o'clock at night, you said?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's really good. So, you'll have to listen on my blog page on harmonicegg.com, the circadian code lifestyle. I basically, kind of outlined some stuff there.
What is the circadian code? What is that? What is the circadian lifestyle? What is that?
So, your body lives in a circadian code or a circadian rhythm is what in the book's called Circadian Code. And basically what happens is, we should wake up and we should open up the blinds and get that sunlight going. We should get up and get something in our stomach to start our digestion, from the start to happen. And then we should, there's just different parts of the day you should exercise that you're feeling really good. There's the creative parts of the day. So my creative time is like 8 to noon, and after lunch, my creativity starts to go down. So I want to do mindless things. I want to, answer emails that, are just easy to answer and, maybe balance checkbooks. But, my creativity and inventing and creating is like 8 to 12. And so basically your body goes through certain cycles and then it starts to produce the melatonin for you to go to sleep. And, and we stay up till midnight and we, get up late and we're messing up our body's organs and the organ clock. So, that's a great 1 hour long video that I did that people can listen to, but I don't eat after 7:30 p.m. And then it's kind of my fasting time until 7:30 in the morning. So I get that 12 hours of fasting, and it's really good for the body to heal. And so if you go to bed hungry or if you go to bed full, it's like you're in the office. So the cleaning lady comes to the office, and you're in there, so she's not going to clean, or he. And when you go to bed full, then the body can't clean because it's busy digesting. And when you're sleeping, it's supposed to be cleaning. Does that make sense?
Right. Okay. So I stopped eating past 8. 8 is like I try to cut it off right there, and then I know I'm so bad, Gail, because I'll get up in the morning, won't eat till like 12 o'clock. Like I'll get up at 6:30, and then I eat at 12 o'clock, pretty much when I get off the air.
No, that's not good.
Okay.
Yeah, just get something in your body. So you're telling your body, hey, I'm awake. I'm ready to go. I'm gonna rock this day. Just put a little bit in your body, even if it's a handful of nuts. I make a smoothie every morning, and I just sip on a smoothie. But it tells the body, hey, I'm awake, and I'm going to start digesting, and, the organs are waking up. And so it's really good to do that.
Okay.
So, yeah, I have a bunch of videos on, different, like the one video you probably want to listen to is my liver webinar.
Okay.
It's called Liver and Weight Loss. So it tells you how to take care of your liver for the best way to lose weight.
Really? Okay, I'm definitely going to look at that. My husband, the matter
you
of fact,
have a fatty liver, and you like butter and cheese, right? So you got that. You like those fatty foods. Which me too. I like fried foods. I grew up in Detroit. My mom made a lot of fried foods, and so I really like that. But I realized it took a toll on my liver, and it took me 3 years to really fix my liver. It's not an overnight thing.
Listen to this, y'all. Listen. I've never interviewed, and I've interviewed hundreds and hundreds of people. This is the first time I've ever interviewed anybody who knows about me. She has said, I'm like, wait a minute, how do you know I like cheese and butter? This is the first time ever that I've interviewed somebody, and listen, people have interviewed me and don't know about me, which is crazy, right? So this is the first, I'm saying, cracking up, I'm like, wait a minute now. I'm not a big fried food person. I'm definitely not a carb person. But butter and cheese and crabs, like I eat crabs at least 3 times a week with butter. That's my weakness. And I eat omelets at least 2 or 3 times a week. Those are my weaknesses, right? I'm not really big fried food. Yeah. Like I don't eat as much chicken as I used to. And when I do eat it, my daughter bakes it because she doesn't eat anything fried. My daughter she doesn't eat anything fried. So everything is baked or broiled. And so normally she'll cook and I will eat baked chicken and Swiss chicken, and it's all baked, so it's pretty much baked. Every once in a blue moon, I was like, man, I sure want me a piece of KFC, and I had it. But I used to eat a lot of fried food. I didn't, so I had, so I know you know this already. I had weight loss surgery, and a lot of things just don't agree with me like they used to. So, but I am going to look at the video on the liver because I feel like I've always had like a lot of belly fat. Like everything else is like, it just goes away and the stomach never hardly, well, it does move a little bit, but not much. So I'm going to go definitely to Harmonic Egg and check out all your videos there. Let's jump into this whole invention. Cause I'm like, so you open up this wellness center. Tell us, and it's in Colorado. So, every time it's just crazy, y'all. But every time I hear Colorado, the first thing I think about is weed. the people that opened the wellness center here in Georgia, Gail, they were from Colorado, and I said to them, "You love Colorado to come to Jersey? It's like booming out there." And they was like, "Yeah." Come to Georgia. I said, "It's like booming out there in the marijuana industry." And they was like, "Yeah, but it's coming here." And I was like, "Well, that's true. It is coming eventually." So they're positioning themselves here right now. of that.
In my opinion, the legalization of pot was not necessarily a good thing.
Really?
I'm seeing more people who it's called the nystagmus motion of the eye.
Okay.
And that tells you that your autonomic nervous system is functioning. We won't get into all that, but I feel like people are smoking so much pot and they're blocking the proper functioning of their nervous system, which is then shutting down their body. The body is not functioning and it's not in balance. So that's really hard. This is my opinion, but I'm seeing a lot more homeless people. And I know in Seattle, there's a lot of homeless and they have legalized pot. I'm seeing just a lot of commercials on TV about erectile dysfunction, which some doctors have told me that, pot does help, contribute to the erectile dysfunction for men. So I'm seeing a lot of things that I think, I just don't like to see. I'd rather see people be more healthy and not put a drug into their body. But that's just my opinion, and I'm a Scorpio, right? So when I found the sound and light, chamber, which, as an engineer from automotive, you lay in a box and you listen to some sound and there's a light bulb above your head. I thought that was a little bit weird. And I didn't know how it could work. But, if you look at we're vibrational beings of light from God's source. I don't want to offend anybody, but, say whatever your word is for God. We're vibrational beings of light from God. And so why not heal with sound and light? And people like Tesla and Einstein, everything's energy. Edgar Casey says, the future of medicine is frequencies. And so, it made sense to me when I could put it together scientifically. So, but the unit that I used was more of a rectangular box, kind of looked like a coffin, and people were a little bit afraid to go in there. They said it just looks like a big wooden coffin. So, I started thinking about it and I said, we're coming into the divine feminine. We need more of the matriarchal business models. We need cooperation. We need to love each other. We need to get into this. So I had this, it was almost like a dream where I saw this large wooden egg where people could heal in it. So started talking to some of my friends, and one of my dearest friends is a Black man. And so we had the yin and the yang, the masculine, the feminine. He built the prototype for me.
Oh, wow.
And just a brilliant man with like very consciousness of Tesla. He could build, motors and wind power to run electricity, just a brilliant man. So we put this together. And so I feel like it was this matriarchal, cooperative, kind of full of love machine. And so it's sacred geometry. So basically you're lying in a wooden egg. So you have this great acoustics, like an acoustic guitar. You got the wood. You're reclined in a chair. There's 2 speakers and there's a subwoofer. So you got the vibration. So you're getting a sonic massage. You're getting the delivery system through this beautiful sacred geometric egg, the delivery system of the music and the light coming into your body and helping you balance your nervous system, reset the body from all the chaos, all the trauma, all the emotional stuff that we've been through, all the PTSD we have now with COVID and the fear of, someone's going to make me sick. I have to wear my mask, or, if I'm healthy, but I'm wearing a mask. Because I don't want to get somebody else sick, and somebody comes close to you and you just see nobody wants to hug, nobody wants to socialize, and it saddens my heart so much because I miss it. I miss
me too.
Being able to go out. It's so hard, and we got to get back. I mean, teens are committing suicide. The adults are committing suicide. They're lonely. Old elderly are dying alone in these nursing homes. You can't visit them. We got to get back to life. And we're humans. We're human beings. We need that human touch. So I created this device, and when you're in there, it's very womb-like, it's very cocoon-like, it's very loving. My brand attributes are love and integrity and reliability. So I wanted to create a family, not a franchise. So center owners are part of the egg family. They're egg guardians, and it's the divine feminine, the cooperative model. And it's what I really want to communicate to people. This is what we need more of in this world. And coming from Detroit, I thought women don't invent things, right? So I had to get over that obstacle. But I'm an inventor. I'm an author. And, I wrote the book about my story. And the book also talks about, 90 different references of why sound works, why light works to heal the body. It talks about the different chakras. The book talks about how you can use color and sound at home if you don't have access or you don't have the money to go do an egg session. So I don't want to, tell people, hey, look, there's this great thing out there. Oh, sorry, you can't have it because you don't live close to it or you can't afford it. So I wrote the book so people could, eat the different colors, or they can listen to different instruments to help with different organs, and they could wear different colors of clothing or jewelry to help to use energy medicine at home. It's just a beautiful thing.
Wow, that sounds amazing. So I'm intrigued by the egg. So because you said something, you said franchise and a family. So I'm a business owner, so I always hear that stuff first. So you invented this egg, the Harmonic egg. It sounds amazing. I'm looking at the cover of your book right now. It looks amazing. It looks like a little spaceship. How big is it?
Yeah. So it's 11 foot by 11 foot by 7 foot. So a 7 foot, person could actually go in there. Okay.
Now, is it commercial use only, or is it something that someone could purchase for their home?
Well, they're quite expensive, so they're tens of thousands of dollars. So we do have a couple people that purchase them for their home, but they're, affluent and, and I don't think I would purchase one for my home, but I'd go to a center.
Okay. How many centers do you have so far? I know you said Alpharetta, which I'm excited.
Girl.
Nice.
Yeah, 25
Yes.
From California to North Carolina, and we leave in April to go to the Netherlands and the UK. We have upcoming deliveries to Thailand, to Peru, Canada, bought 7, so we'll be going into Canada.
Wow.
And, everybody needs this, but, I've been so blessed. I didn't know what I was getting into, but now we're into COVID, and this is a touchless wellness. You don't need, you can social distance. You just throw somebody in the egg.
Wow, that's so
brilliant.
Cool. So now so Alpharetta is a little bit of a hike for me. It's about almost an hour away from me, but
oh, come on.
I mean, it's not far. Like, I'll drive it. But I'm just thinking about it. But let me tell you this, Gail. For me, it's not a big deal. But you'll be surprised. I live in Lawrenceville. And there's, to get to some parts of Lawrenceville take 30 minutes. People say, oh, my God, you live on that side? I'm like, really? It's 30 minutes and you're driving. So it doesn't bother me. But I was just thinking, so if we wanted to do a franchise here on this side of town, on the other side of Gwinnett County, because Alpharetta is on the other side of Gwinnett County, on the other side. What are the is it a franchise? I know you said it's a family, but is it a franchise?
No, it's not a franchise. Okay. I feel like, if you own a business, you're going to work your tail off, and that. Just like anybody else would
Absolutely.
know, that.
Right.
And so I don't take any royalties. We're a family. We have a private Facebook page. We can, as a forum, we have owner calls every 6 to 8 weeks that I get on, and I say, hey, what do you guys need from me? I'm always creating new music because the egg is consciousness. Right. The egg changes and shifts as the planet changes and shifts, as people change and shift.
Oh, that's so nice.
So I keep creating new music. So no one's going to be able to go in there and say, okay, I've used the egg so much it doesn't help me anymore, because we're constantly, upgrading it with the music. And so the musicians that I hire have to have a high heart, of love and a high vibe, and they can't be of greed and ego, because then it's just not going to resonate or it's not going to play as beautifully as it should in the egg, because you have a resonance, and it's almost like that cognitive dissonance.
Wow.
And so, it's so fun, and I'm having a blast. So I sold my center so that I could focus more on, instead of the onesie, twosie clients, which I do miss, because I kind of got to a point where I was so intuitive. I knew what was wrong with people, and it was so beautiful. But now I help the center owners, and they're helping hundreds of people. So I have to kind of elevate and level up. So, and this is my legacy. Like you said, you want to leave a legacy? This is my legacy I'm leaving.
This woman has done her research on me. Oh my God. Every time she says something, I'm like, yep, I say that all the time. So you've opened up 25 centers, you're expanding. What does it take to open up a center? What are the startup costs? Because I'm really I love this stuff, and like you, it's so funny because I feel like I'm searching for, I love doing my podcast. I love doing this show. That's why I get up every day. I did it the day my mom passed away. I did the show. And for some people that would have been way too much, but my mom knew I loved doing the show. My daughter told me, and I didn't even know this. My daughter told me after my mom passed away, she's like, she listens to your show every morning. I said, does she? She's like, every single morning she listened to your show. I did not know that. I know that because I didn't think I thought she was watching like Good Morning America or something, because that's what, when I would go and see her right before the show, she was watching Channel 2, which was like Good Morning America and all that kind of stuff. And I didn't think she was listening to the show. I thought she was watching TV. My daughter said she listens to you every morning. So I know she would have wanted me to do the show. So I did it. So I got on and I talked about losing her and all that stuff. But anyway, I have been searching for something.
Isn't that beautiful, though?
Yeah.
How our parents won't tell us, but, everybody else tells us. Like, when my mom and dad passed away and the funeral happened, everybody was there saying, your mom was so proud of you. And I'm like, she was?
Yeah. That's what I said.
Me.
That's what I said, Gail, about my dad. Like, I dealt with once I learned about being an entrepreneur, I became obsessed with being an entrepreneur. But I had this thing where the only thing I focused on and I felt like grew really nicely was the doll company. Like when we had the doll company, I felt like everything grew in steps. After the doll company, I think my life went out of whack because now I was an entrepreneur. I knew all this stuff. And so I would start something and it never really made any real traction because I just kept building onto it until it got so big and out of hand until I became overwhelmed. So it never did anything. Then I would start something new and do the same thing. It wasn't until like 2011 that I realized after listening to Oprah had just launched on TV, and I was listening to her talk to T.D. Jakes. So T.D. Jakes was giving a talk, and he was talking about not being enough. And I said to myself, wait a minute, what he's saying sounds like me. I had never heard of it before. Nobody had ever said it and resonated with me before. But when he said it, he was talking to an audience of women, and he was talking about how we were not enough. And I realized I had a lot of daddy issues, right? And I was like, oh my God, this is what it was. So my dad passed away in 2005, I think it was, or 6. And he lived in Vegas. We went to Vegas and we did it. We did the funeral and everything. But he had a suitcase, Gail, with all the articles that had been written about me, all the stuff that I had done in this one suitcase. And I was like, and my brother has that suitcase now because my brother said he wanted to keep it. So he has a suitcase. But at his funeral, we were about to get his, he lived in most of his life in San Diego. But when his wife passed away, he wanted to move to Vegas. He said that had always been his dream. So he moved to Vegas. But when we did the funeral, we flew him back to San Diego with all his friends. And there was this guy, he came up to us. I heard him say, who are they? And someone said, oh, those are his kids from New Jersey. So the guy came up to us and he's like, man, your dad was so proud of you. And I'm looking like, because my dad and I had a very rough relationship. Now, my dad and my brother had a good relationship. I have 2 brothers. My dad and his wife had a son, and my dad and mom had my brother and I together. And my dad and my brother by my mom, they had a very good relationship. My dad and his son by his second wife and me, we had a very bad relationship with my dad. And when that guy said he was so proud of us, like he talked about you guys all the time, and I'm thinking, really? Like, I could not believe it. And that's when I kind of broke down at that point because I realized he just didn't know how to express himself. And so he was good with my brother. Like, he didn't have to. They just had this way of being. And people look at my brother all the time and say, man, you remind me of your dad. And so my brother has the same kind of swagger as my dad, like dressing up. My dad was a carpenter, and he never got dirty. Go figure.
Oh, wow.
He never got dirty.
Yeah, my dad didn't know how to express emotions at all. Like, I would hug him and he'd like, get off me, you leech, and, or he, he wouldn't tell me he's proud of me, but, he would call me a name, and that's how he would say, I love you. But I didn't understand that when I was a kid.
Right.
And as I got older, I realized he didn't know how to express love.
Yep.
He wasn't really loved. He didn't know how to express it. He did the best he could.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's hard. And you asked about getting involved in the business where,
Mm-hmm.
I won't give any prices on this show because the show will get older and older and then people expect the same price. But let's talk offline about that.
Right.
And there's a purchase button. You can inquire about the pricing online. So
okay.
It's just easier. I've done interviews in the past and then years later, they're like, I heard this interview and this was how much. And I was like, well, that's not the price anymore.
Right. Right. So there have been centers that you guys have opened up. I know that is the cost of the center involved in the whole package, or is it just the egg that's in the package that you?
Yeah, it's the egg, right?
Okay.
And then you find a center, you find a location, you can rent a room, you can rent a building, you can buy a building. Some people just rent a room in a wellness center. Some people have it in a spa. Some people have it in their home. Some people have it, just different locations. Some people have a shared office space that they rent, and then, they share, conference rooms and bathrooms. And so it's all different dynamics of it. So, yeah.
How much does it weigh? I'm looking at the picture, y'all. It looks like a spaceship.
They're about 800 pounds.
Okay.
Yeah, it's about 800 pounds. Yeah.
Nice.
And we're just shipping. We're shipping them to, I think the ship date is today, that we're shipping them to the Netherlands and the UK for our delivery in April. We're flying over there once they get there and setting them up and training the centers. And the training manual is great. It's easy to operate. But if you think about it, if what stress does to the body. So if the egg does nothing else but de-stress the body and put the body into balance, God gave us perfect bodies. Our bodies can heal from anything, broken bones, cuts. We know we're going to heal. But then we get things like Parkinson's or a disease and we think we can't heal. We can heal from anything. People have regenerated their livers. They've regenerated their hearts. We have these amazing bodies that can do anything. But the stress and getting out of balance, it stops the body from being able to heal itself. So what if you just put the body back into balance in the egg, and that's all it does? There's going to be therapeutic benefits.
Wow. And, I think about that. I've been following Dr. Joe Dispenza, and so he was saying that there's a lot of good data right now, like real data, because, people like that doesn't work. It's all, it doesn't work. And so he's done so much research and so much real data to now you can't even dispute it. Like, you can say what you want to say, but now for those who are very analytical, there's real pure data that you can go and pull up because of, people like the work that you're doing and the work that he's doing that show, you can truly heal yourself. And I saw he did a demonstration where I think it was, I don't know, was it energy or something? They split it with the light some kind of way. And I was like, that is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I know what you're saying is absolutely correct. Now, let me ask you this, because there are people who, they may want to learn how to do light work at home because they cannot go to, there's no center near them, or they can't afford to get the egg or whatever. What are two things that they can do at home to utilize light energy healing, to do that for themselves? Yeah.
Absolutely. Great question. So I tell people that they can eat, a rainbow color of food. So, try to focus on eating some red food, some orange food, some yellow food, some, the rainbow of colors. And then also, my boyfriend wears black every day. That's just what he wears. Well, black's not a healthy color. It ages the skin. I mean, I know it makes us look thinner and everything, but black's not the color that you want to wear when you're trying to heal and you want to be vibrant. So, my closet is hilarious. I've got red through purple long sleeve shirts, red through purple short sleeve shirts. And I dress for, every day I wear a different color, or some days it'll be blue for a couple of days because that's what I'm feeling. So, color is healing. And, get out into the sunlight, get that vitamin D at least for 15 minutes a day. So there's so many great things you can do. Let food be your medicine. Eat more raw foods like your one interview with Amadi. If you've got to get hydrated, and eating more raw foods is hydrating. So drink your water, eat well. There's so many amazing things you can do at home. You don't really need to leave your home to heal, but you got to educate yourself on how you can get your body into balance. The deep breathing is one of the key things you can do to reset your nervous system, and then the body starts working properly. And most women, like Amadi was saying, they're shallow breathers. And we shallow breathe. So we got to get into that deep belly breathing.
Man, I got a lot of work to do, but that's okay. I'm ready for it, and I'm working on it. Man, this is so great, and I hate to go. Can you come back again and do the show again? Because I still, like, when you get to, so are you going to the Netherlands to set the center up?
Yeah, of course I am. I get to pick where I want to go.
Okay, cool. So when you come back from the Netherlands, can you reach out to Georgette and let her know you came back? Because I want to know what that experience was like when you went to the Netherlands, and what did they think about the whole setting the center up and the work that you guys are doing. I would love to bring you back again.
Okay, cool.
All right, cool. Now, how can they reach out to you, Gail? Because I got to run. I hate to run. This is one of them interviews where Georgette asked me, she said, should I reschedule? I'm like, no. I forgot I was talking to you, because I was like, I'll reschedule for another day because I could go an hour and a half on that interview, but that's okay. If you come back, I'll be really grateful.
Perfect. Yeah, so my website is harmonicegg.com. That's where you can get the book. We have meditative music. It's the locations of all the centers on the website. That's the go-to place.
All right, and see, my guest today, Gail Lynn, she's the author of Unlocking Ancient Secrets to Healing. I'm going to get that book. I should have had it right now to read on the plane, but I don't. But I will get it to read on my next trip, which is to Mexico in June. So I will be reading that, but I'm going to read it before then because I got to learn about this liver thing. I got to figure out that thing because I got all this. I still got, even though I lost 120 pounds, I still got a lot of belly fat. And it's okay because I'm about to get it right. And I'm going to go to Alpharetta and get in the egg. I'm going to take pictures, y'all. And I'm going to bring it back because I want you guys to see it. And I want to see how it's going to do. I'm excited about that. And I don't know. Maybe an egg on this side of the world, on this side of town. You never know. You never know. You never know. Well, Gail, thank you so much for being my guest today. This was amazing. I look forward to bringing you back and talking some more about how to heal our bodies and using these ancient secrets and more about the egg and the things that it's doing. And, you know, you never know. You might be coming to Lawrenceville, Georgia to set up a center. Who knows? Who knows?
Who knows? Who knows? Well, you travel safe. Thank you so much for giving me a platform to talk about my wonderful egg, and sending you lots of love.
Thank you so much. Have a great weekend. I know my weekend starts today. Your weekend may not start till tomorrow, and if you're an entrepreneur, it may not ever start. But anyway, try to have a wonderful, wonderful weekend if you do have one, and I'll talk to you again soon.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye. All right, guys, listen, I got to go. But before I go, I'm going to go to my last song, and then I'm going to come back and give you my inspiration for the day, and we're going to close it out because I got to go jump on the plane. So stay tuned.
It was so easy when we met. Future ahead of us, making memories. Our only hope is to forget and keep that passage closed for centuries. 'Cause I can take it anymore. Forgetting what I'm fighting for. And your words just stop, don't hold me back. Don't hold me back. Just let me go, just let me go. I need to get it off my mind before it devours all my energy. So hard to leave it all behind. I write my pain down in a melody. My heart is just another melody. So before I get over you, I'm gonna sing it now. Just another melody. You can't keep holding on to your past. Yeah. Get out, get under, and just relax. And that's what my friends are telling me. I wish it was easy, but it's not easy. I need to get it off my mind. Before it devours all my energy.
welcome back. Listen, guys, that's all I got for you today. I got to go jump on the plane, but before I go, I want to give you my words of inspiration, and here goes. You have to know that as long as you love who you are, your morals, your values, that type of stuff, you're okay. Oh, let me say that again. You have to know that as long as you love who you are, your morals, your values, that type of stuff, you're okay. Nicki Minaj said that, and she was absolutely right. I just had a great guest on. She talked about how she was so stressed out that she was on the verge of having a heart attack, and then she took her health very seriously. Now her whole mission in life is to make life better for other people and help them take control of their life and their health. But what was interesting about her interview, even though she had so much great stuff to share, was the fact that she had did her research on me. And I am who I am every day, y'all. And I'm okay with who I am. Yes, do I want to make myself better? Yes, I do. That's a part of growing. That's a part of this journey of becoming a better you, living your best life. But I'm okay with who I am, and you need to be okay with who you are. And if you're not, do the work on yourself. It's okay, right? You don't have to apologize for wanting to be a better person. You don't have to apologize for wanting to have a healthy life. You don't have to apologize for just doing the things that you want to do your way. You don't have to do that. I do this show my way. Will some people like it? Yep. Will some people not like it? Yep. But that's okay. It's my way. And as long as I'm doing it morally, I'm not hurting anybody, and I'm good with who I am and what I'm doing, that's how you do it. And I challenge you. I challenge you to do things your way and to be happy with who you are, and the things that you aren't happy about, fix them. Hey, listen, I'm not all that happy about having a fat belly, but here's the thing. Some people ain't got no belly. So I'm gonna love the fat belly, but I'm gonna work with Gail. I'm gonna unlocking the ancient secrets of healing. I'm gonna go to Aphrodite and get in that egg to see how I can shrink my fat belly. You know what I'm saying? But this is who I am, and that's who you need to be. Be who you are. Be the authentic you every day, all day, and twice on Sunday. That's all I got for you guys. I got to go get on this plane. I got to go to Jersey. It's cold, but I'm going to get to see my friends and my family that's there. I wish it was for a better occasion, but it's part of life. Death is a part of life, and I'm learning to understand that more and more, even though I've always known that, because it has hit my family so hard. Like, this is the fourth time in a year, literally. This is the fourth time not even a year. This is the fourth time, almost a year, because my uncle died in March last year of COVID, like soon as I came back. So it hasn't been quite a year yet. 2 weeks after he passed away, my best man at my wedding passed away from COVID. My mom passed away in January. Now my husband's grandmother passed away. So life is a part of death. I'm really understanding that right now. So I'm going to take this trip. I'm going to go celebrate her life and visit my friends and enjoy myself. But listen, I thank you guys for listening. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you spent the last hour and 2 minutes with me, and I appreciate you and love you to life for that. If you missed any episode of the show, please be sure to go to goodmorninggwinnett.com and listen to it there. Listen to past episodes. Also, go to Apple Podcasts and find your favorite 2 episodes and give it 5 stars. I hope that this episode and my episode with Amadi and Latanya, all of my guests have been great, but these episodes really touched me. So if you go to Apple Podcasts, find your favorite episodes. These may not have been yours, but these are mine. Find your favorite episodes. Give them 5 stars. I appreciate you and love you to life for that. Be sure to follow me on Facebook at Good Morning Gwinnett. Follow me on Instagram at Good Morning Gwinnett, and follow me on the Twitter at GM Gwinnett. Also, download the app from the App Store. If you have an Android or Apple phone, there is an app in the App Store for Good Morning Gwinnett. And if you just want to listen to me in your home, check us out on Alexa. All you gotta do is say, Alexa, open Good Morning Gwinnett, and she will play the latest episode. I thank you again for listening. Listen, hug your family, kiss them, tell them you love them. Be safe out there. Keep your mask on. Corona's still out there. I'm about to jump on this plane. I'll be back again on Monday at 10 a.m., God willing. Until next time, my friends, make it a great day. Bye, y'all.
You've been listening to Good Morning Gwinnett. Make sure to tune in Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time to find out what's happening around Gwinnett. If you like this episode, subscribe now and share with your friends. To learn more about Noise Media Network, visit noisemedia.us.